How former players of the Fort Scott Community Football Team are looking to pay homage to the now fallen program. I'm Jalen Banks with more on the story.
Plus, how a local organization gives kids with cancer a chance to go to summer camp, and a look into what summer travel could look like this year with rising prices.
The 4 states' most watched news starts now.
Authorities are searching for a suspect following a robbery at a Webb City Subway restaurant. This is KOAM News at 10. Officials say a man pulled out a gun during the robbery around 8:30 this morning. They say he demanded all of the store's money, left the area in a dark gray vehicle. The vehicle pictured here looks to be a dark gray Chrysler 300 with dark tinted windows, possibly an Oklahoma license plate. Authorities say no one was hurt during that robbery. Authorities in Montgomery County, Kansas are looking for a hit and run suspect after they were unable to capture him in an overnight standoff. This is a photo from the Montgomery County Chronicle of a police vehicle outside an Independence home during that standoff. Independence police were looking for 39-year-old Brian Metzger on a charge of attempted murder. They say last Thursday he intentionally hit another man with a car, then left the scene. Police had reason to believe Metzger was in the home last night, so they surrounded it, but when they searched inside this morning, they could not find Metzger. Prosecutor has charged a suspect in an Aurora, Missouri shooting. Authorities say 22-year-old Cole Walker became angry with 36-year-old Shannon Goebel and confronted him at Aurora Inn Motel. They say Walker then fired a handgun at Goebel, striking him in the leg. Officials say Walker left, tried to hide the gun. Walker's charged with assault of the first degree, armed criminal action, unlawful use of a weapon, and tampering with physical evidence. Authorities say this is not a random shooting, and that the victim and suspect had a previous relationship. Walker has been denied bond. With the recent mass shootings that have happened all across our country, some questions are being asked about how our local law enforcement would prepare for that event. Well, officials from the Joplin Police Department say they're as proactive as possible when it comes to active shooter threats. Some officers are also certified to respond to these events. They say they also have investigators who look into potential threats and monitor different schools.
They're each assigned schools, and so they go through and they kind of have the responsibility of gauging the temperature and the activity within those schools, and any information that's received, it's coordinating with other officers or investigators, and just sharing that information and following up where there may be threats.
Our pulses and everything.
You can find more local school districts and how they're preparing for mass shootings, that possibility, on our website at koamnewsnow.com. In the aftermath of numerous mass shootings, Democratic lawmakers are negotiating gun reform on Capitol Hill. One of the things they're seeking is support for a red flag law or laws. That's when a gun owner deemed to be at risk to themselves or others can have their firearm taken away by authorities. However, some conservative Senate Republicans seem to be against the proposal, and it could be a stumbling block for negotiators. GOP Senator Josh Hawley of Missouri explained today why he does not support red flag laws.
I don't particularly like the red flag laws. I think that this is when you're taking away somebody's Second Amendment rights when they have not yet committed a crime and they're not there to defend themselves. Most of those proceedings are ex parte proceedings, so the defendant's not present, his or her lawyer's not present. I got a lot of concerns with that.
Some lawmakers have expressed optimism that a deal for a narrow, targeted gun reform bill could be reached as soon as the end of this week or maybe next. Let's check in with Doug for a first look at the weather.
Well, we did get some scattered showers and thunderstorms in here once again during the morning hours, a little bit more widely scattered than what we got yesterday morning. 89 for a high, so once we got the sunshine, the heat really kicked in. There have been a few isolated thunderstorms, mainly off to our east, as we've gone through the evening hours. But I think we're, in general, you can see one little guy just in North Springfield, in general, pretty quiet for the next several hours. And then we got to watch this. Look at this huge cluster of showers and thunderstorms, parts of Nebraska moving into northern parts of Kansas. And that is going to head off toward the south and to the east. Before it gets here, we look okay. We're sitting low to mid 70s, so kind of a warm, muggy night. Scattered showers and thunderstorms start to drop in as we go into the morning hours. We should get a little bit of sunshine late, high temp of 80, but still numerous rounds of rain over the next few days. We'll look at that here in a bit.
See you then. The Fort Scott Community College football team was terminated last fall, but alumni of the team have found a way to honor the team. KOAM's Jalen Banks has more.
The Greyhounds would play their first game in 1923, and over the next 98 years would go on to win 450 games, appear in 4 national championship games, and winning one of them in 1970. The program has a rich history, featuring players who would go on to the NFL, earn Pro Bowl honors, and win Super Bowls, such as Levante David and Jason Pierre-Paul.
Maybe on the sideline of a ball game, in the end zone after a ball game, standing outside that locker room in the north end of that stadium when those kids come out. But I smell that grass, smell that uniform. You see those kids come out that north door, and I mean, your pulse jumps. Get a few goosebumps, and you were part of something that was really special.
The Fort Scott Community College football team would be discontinued in the fall of 2021 due to funding, but the love for the program has not died down. Alumni of the team have opened up the Greyhound Legacy Center in Fort Scott. The center celebrates and honors the program's history with memorabilia that includes bowl rings, Letterman jackets, programs, rosters, and more. Jack Milligan, president of the Legacy Center and member of the 1970 National Championship team, says that the town meant a lot to the players.
Fort Scott was a town that brought these kids from all over the country, embraced them, fed them, taught them, hugged them, and it's just become a home away from home for a lot of these kids.
Other alumni involved with the center say the bond with the team is special. Some have lasted for over half a century.
About 60 years ago when I was on the field. But it has meant a lot to me then. It's meant a lot to me over the years. About 5 years ago, our team organized a reunion here in Fort Scott, and we had about 30 former players that met here for the weekend. We had a great time.
In Fort Scott, at the Greyhound Legacy Center, Jalen Banks, KOAM News.
For more on why the team was discontinued, go to our website, koamnewsnow.com. A local organization is giving kids who normally wouldn't be able to go to a summer camp the chance to do just that. Camp Quality is hosting a week-long camp in Neosho for children battling cancer or those in remission. Campers get to enjoy activities like swimming, a talent show, hot air balloon rides, and crafts and arts.
We do like tie-dye shirts, and this year we painted some wood crafts, and then we painted rocks, and I decorated cupcakes one time, I think, or a couple times.
Camp Quality is also hosting a virtual summer camp right now for kids who can't participate in person. Coming up, how some four-staters might be affected by the rising cost of traveling. Plus, Neosho High School unveils the name for its new Performing Arts Center. The U.S. Department of Education is giving Missouri Southern a $1.6 million grant for the Upward Bound program. Upward Bound provides academic support for area high school students to prepare them for post-secondary education. Helps nearly 70 students from the Joplin, Carl Junction, Webb City, Carthage, and East Newton school districts. That grant is to cover the next 5 years. The U.S. Department of Transportation has signed a historic infrastructure compact with the Cherokee Nation. Signed it today. Cherokee Nation says the Tribal Transportation Self-Governance Program allows the tribe to plan and oversee its own construction, planning, and transit projects. The pact also gives tribes and tribal organizations specific rights and federal resources to implement and support their self-governance programs. Cherokee Nation is the first tribe to enter into the program. The travel industry is booming compared to last summer, at least according to one local travel agent. A survey from the American Hotel and Lodging Association finds 69% of Americans plan to travel this summer, but rising gas prices and inflation, well, they impact these travel plans even more than COVID, they say. Terry Littleton, she's the owner of Reservation Travel Services in Joplin, says the cost of everything has risen, but locally says people are still booking. Experts say there is no immediate plan, or there's no immediate obvious end to these rising fuel prices. Now, due to the COVID-19 pandemic, people have seen a rise in scammers pretending to be from government agencies. These scams have targeted a lot of forestators. The Better Business Bureau is warning people to use caution when contacted by a supposed government agency, or if you're being offered a grant free of charge. Scammers may also ask for money in the form of a gift card. Don't fall for it. Also, some scammers might be posing as a friend of yours online.
A lot of people, again, are losing $3,000. We're also seeing hackers and scammers hack into people's private Facebook messages, sending these messages. It looks like a real conversation that you're having with your friend. It's a very casual, very genuine, and then you're out a lot of money, and it turns out it wasn't your friend you were talking to the whole time.
You can find a full list of tips on how to prevent being scammed on our website. Again, that's KOAMnewsnow.com. The Neosho School District today formally announced the name of the Performing Arts Center that's currently under construction at the high school. The facility will be named after the legacy donor, Freeman Health System. Freeman donated $1 million toward that project. Other sponsors were also recognized at today's ceremony. Part of the $20 million project is also funded by a tax proposal approved by voters in 2020. School officials say this project will allow band, choir, and show choir students to perform at their best.
Well, it just fits our mission, and that is to give our students the greatest opportunity to be successful, regardless of what avenue they choose for that to be.
The Performing Arts Center is one of many new upgrades in the school district. Storm shelters were completed at the elementary and middle school, along with the Lazy Boy End Zone facility. A little bit later, we're going to tell you about the latest awards for a Pitt State track and field athlete.
Plus more thunderstorms working in late tonight. We're going to look at that coming up. Well, we had some scattered showers, some scattered thunderstorms out there once again this morning. It wasn't as widespread as what we had yesterday morning, but we need a chance to dry out and we keep getting more rain. Nice shot, Indigo Sky Casino and Resort. Of course, Indigo is just outside of Seneca, Missouri. All right, due to more rain in the forecast, flash flood watch, southeastern Kansas. Look at the new severe thunderstorm watch, which does clip our far northern counties as we go through the overnight hours for us tonight. And you can see all the severe thunderstorm warnings with a line of showers and thunderstorms, which is going to be working in. Not much is going on right now. We're pretty quiet as we go through the next few hours. It's warm, it's muggy. We're sitting mainly into the mid 70s. Currently outside, 74 south winds at about 5 to 10. Humidity is at about 85%. Ooh, we've got a fly in here now. All right, showers, thunderstorms. You can see these across parts of Iowa, Nebraska, and then into western Kansas. So that new severe thunderstorm watch is due to this band that is dropping south and east. This is going to hit the Kansas City metro. This will affect our northern counties, but this is still about 3 hours away. So we'll keep our eyes on that. And then to the west of this band, we're going to have to see what we can get to develop out across western Kansas, and that will kind of affect most of us. But I think the heaviest rain is going to go to our north. The heaviest rain is kind of going to go to our south, but most of us will get something as we go through the overnight hours. All right, here comes that northern band late tonight, so 4, 5, 6 o'clock, scattered thunderstorms kind of picking up through the morning hours, 6, 7, really flaring up in our southwestern counties, 7, 8 o'clock, and then it all shifts through. I think our overall severe threat, fairly low, but still something we want to watch as we go through the overnight hours tonight. Most of these showers and thunderstorms are going to be out of here by the noon hour, but then a cold front's going to slide in. So with the front, we're going to get some additional scattered afternoon thunderstorms. Then we get a chance to dry out for about 24 hours before our next batch rolls in. 65 tomorrow, morning thunderstorms, isolated afternoon thunderstorms, high temp right around 80 with a little bit of sunshine. Tomorrow night's fine. We actually cool down a bit. It's going to be pretty nice. We're going to drop back into the upper 50s. unlike what we are seeing right now where it's sitting into the mid-70s. Thursday looks great, partly sunny skies, high temps, lower 80s. But then here we go again. Thursday night into Friday morning, a big batch of showers and thunderstorms, most likely strong to severe. The timing, give or take 2 hours, so it could be as early as 10 p.m., could be as late as 1 or 2 by the time these get in. Then they drive through, and these have a really high chance of being strong to severe, finally out of here by the time we head into Friday afternoon. So we got to watch rainfall amounts. Again, for us tonight, not extremely heavy, but we need to watch our southern counties. And then with this Friday batch, a lot of areas are going to pick up 1 to 3 inches of rain over the next 2.5 days. 80 tomorrow, 82 Thursday, 83 Friday. Saturday looks great. Really think Sunday looks pretty good too, but look at the 90s. It's summertime almost.
It'll be steamy,
Yeah.
sweltering out there after all this moisture and that heat.
Way too much moisture.
Thanks, Doug. Hey, don't forget you can be the first to know about the day's weather with the KOAM Skywatch weather app. You can get severe weather updates sent straight to your phone. It won't cost you a dime. It's available in the Apple App Store and the Google Play Store. KOAM Skywatch weather app. Here's a look at our tower camera. It's sponsored by R.E. Smith Construction as work continues on the KOAM More Power project. You can check it out anytime on our website, koamnewsnow.com/power. Jacob here now with Sports Athlete of the Year honors for a Pitt State track and field standout.
LJ Kiner earns regional recognition after a big-time showing at Nationals. We're going to talk about that. Plus, an extra innings thriller tonight for the St. Louis Cardinals. Those highlights and more after the break. The Joplin Outlaws are 2-2 in their first 4 games of the summer. All 4 of those have been home games for the Outlaws. And tonight, Joplin hits the road for the first time this season, facing the Nevada Griffins. This is the second meeting already between the two teams after Nevada won the season opener last week. Now this one just went final. It's the Griffins winning again tonight, 16-6, the final. Pittsburgh State men's track and field earns 3 awards from the U.S. Track and Field and Cross Country Coaches Association. Now, the first 2 go to the coaches and head coach Kyle Rutledge and assistant coach Jason Crow. Now, Rutledge is the Central Region Coach of the Year. Crow is the Assistant Coach of the Year. Now, those guys led the Gorilla Men to their first ever outdoor national championship a couple weeks ago, which included 2 individual national champs and 13 All-Americans. One of those All-Americans is that guy, LJ Kiner. He is the Central Region Outdoor Field Athlete of the Year. Kiner took 3rd in the long jump at Nationals with a best mark of 25 feet 4 inches, then finished 2nd in the triple jump at 52 feet even. And between those and the 4x1 relay, Kiner earned 3 All-America finishes in Michigan.
He's a special talent, not only as a person, but my gosh, that guy is a freak athlete. I mean, he really is talented. And so what he did at Nationals in the long jump and then coming out and did what he did in the 4x1 during the triple jump and just competing, you know, and always staying focused and doing what he had to do for the team means a lot. He's going to USA's in a couple of weeks and he's going to perform well there and he's going to get that experience and knows what he has to do to go to that next level.
The St. Louis Cardinals have won 8 of their last 11 games. That includes taking 3 out of 5 from the rival Chicago Cubs last week. And tonight the Cards remain on the road, opening a 3-game series against Tampa Bay. 8th inning here, Harrison Bader singles to the grass. That scores Lars Nootbaar. This game will be tied at 1 going to extras. At the top of the 10th, Cards up 1 trying to add another. Bader singles up the middle. Kevin Kiermaier, though, gathers and goes home, gets Paul Goldschmidt out at the plate, so the lead is just 1 going to the bottom of the 10th. Now 2 on, 2 outs. All St. Louis needs is just 1 out. Taylor Walls, though, comes through with this off the foul pole for the 3-run walk-off homer for the Rays. Cardinals drop a heartbreaker 4-2. The Kansas City Royals, they're on pace right now to lose a franchise record 110 games. They do have a shot, though, to even their 3-game series with Toronto tonight, but they're butchering another one. Kansas City trails 7-0 right now in the bottom of the 9th. The Oklahoma Sooners are back in the Women's College World Series Championship. Sooners fought off elimination, beat UCLA 15-0 last night. The to punch their ticket to the finals for the third consecutive season. In the finals, we got a rivalry matchup facing the Texas Longhorns. Game 1 is tomorrow night at 7:30. Oklahoma, by the way, is trying for its 6th national title in program history. That's a look at sports. We're back with more news after this.
Take time now to honor a local veteran. Harold Lundeen served in the U.S. Army from 1940 to 1945. His hometown, Iola, Kansas, and we salute technician 5th grade Harold Lundeen, a 4-state hero. Only a cowboy could be up to this task. A contractor of the Oklahoma National Stockyards pinback crew says he got a call that a cow was loose on the highway in Oklahoma City. So what'd he do? Well, he saddled up. He took to the reins on his horse in the middle of morning traffic, put the lassoing skills to the test, and you know how that turned out. Of course, he succeeded. He wrangled the cow safely. It's unclear exactly how it got onto the highway in the first place. You wouldn't see this just every place, but in Oklahoma it seems fitting, doesn't it?
Crazy cows.
You bet. Weather's going to be a bit crazy over the next couple of days.
Yeah, another round of showers and thunderstorms late tonight into the first half of the day tomorrow. And then we look pretty good until late Thursday night into Friday, another big round.
Final sports note.
Got to give a shout out to my nephew, Braden Martin, playing baseball for Girard tonight against Frontenac. First career home run. It is the first of what I'm sure will be many because that kid can swing the bat a little bit.
He's a baller.
Good for you, Braden. And good for you for giving me props. Thanks for joining us. We're going to leave you with video of a fun game of volleyball at Camp Quality. We'll see you tomorrow. Let's make it a great one.
Provided by the Wild Site.